The early morning air, usually alive with the promise of a new day, hung heavy with the stench of fear and despair. The silence in Soshanguve was deafening, punctuated only by the muffled sobs of a community robbed of its peace. 5 community patrollers, individuals who courageously stood as shields against the encroaching darkness, lay lifeless. Their sacrifice, a stark reminder of the vulnerability that binds us. This wasn't just an act of violence, it was a deliberate attack on the very heart of Soshanguve. The shock waves of this tragedy reverberate through the streets, leaving an indelible mark on the soul of a community. The lifeblood of any community lies in its shared sense of safety and belonging. When violence erupts, it shatters this fragile foundation, leaving behind a community grappling with the raw, visceral emotions of fear, anger, and profound sadness. The murders in Soshanguve are not just statistics, they are painful reminders of the human cost of unchecked violence. They are stark illustrations of the fear that now casts a long shadow over everyday life. The laughter of children playing, once a symphony of joy, is now tinged with anxiety. The simple act of walking home, once a mundane routine, is now a heart-pounding exercise in vigilance. The pain runs deep, seeping into the cracks of daily life, a constant reminder of the vulnerability that now defines their existence. The future, once brimming with hope and possibility, now feels uncertain, shrouded in a veil of fear. The community of Soshanguve mourns the loss of its protectors, grappling with the harsh reality that even those who dedicate their lives to safeguarding others can become victims themselves. The psychological wounds inflicted by violence run far deeper than any physical injury. They burrow into the psyche, leaving behind invisible scars that can linger for years, even a lifetime. In the aftermath of the Soshanguve murders, the community grapples not only with the immediate shock and grief, but also with the insidious grip of trauma. The experience of violence, especially when it strikes so close to home, can trigger a cascade of psychological and emotional responses. One of the most common and debilitating consequences of such trauma is post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Those who witnessed the murders, the first responders who arrived at the horrific scene, even those who simply live in the community and are bombarded with constant reminders of the tragedy, are all susceptible to this debilitating condition. PTSD can manifest in a variety of ways, including intrusive memories, nightmares, flashbacks, hypervigilance, emotional numbness, difficulty sleeping, and an exaggerated startle response. Imagine being haunted by the images of that night, the sounds of gunshots echoing in your ears long after the silence has fallen. Beyond PTSD, the pervasive fear that now permeates Soshanguve can give rise to generalized anxiety disorder. Daily activities, once approached with a sense of normalcy, become fraught with worry and apprehension. The fear of another attack, the uncertainty of safety can lead to panic attacks, difficulty concentrating, and an overall diminished quality of life. The constant state of hypervigilance takes a toll, leaving individuals emotionally drained and psychologically exhausted. And then there's survivor's guilt, a particularly cruel twist of fate that often afflicts those who survive a traumatic event when others do not. Community members may find themselves wrestling with questions that have no answers. Why them, and not me? Could I have done something to prevent this? This guilt can be incredibly isolating and difficult to process, adding another layer of complexity to the already heavy burden of trauma. While the entire community of Soshanguve grapples with the aftermath of the murders, the families of the deceased bear the brunt of the tragedy's weight. Their loss is profound, immeasurable. They are left to navigate a labyrinth of grief, their lives irrevocably altered. The pain of losing a loved one is always profound, but when that loss is sudden, violent, and senseless, the pain is amplified exponentially. Consider the family of Andries Tlaban, the 43-year-old father of 2 who volunteered as a community patroller. His wife is now a widow, left to raise their children alone, the weight of his absence a constant ache in their lives. His children, robbed of their father's love and guidance, must now confront a future indelibly shaped by this tragedy. The void left by their loved one is ever present, a constant reminder of the future they will never have. The dreams they shared, the milestones they won't witness, all serve as agonizing reminders of their loss. The families of the deceased face not only the emotional turmoil of grief, but also the logistical and financial challenges that accompany such a sudden loss. Funeral expenses, the loss of income, the uncertainty about the future, these practical concerns can feel overwhelming in the face of such profound emotional distress. Yet, amidst their own grief, they must find the strength to support one another, to piece together the shattered fragments of their lives. The children, especially, require immense support and understanding as they navigate this complex and painful experience. They need age-appropriate explanations, a safe space to express their emotions, and ongoing reassurance that they are loved and cared for. The trauma of losing a parent, particularly in such a violent manner, can have long-lasting effects on a child's development and well-being. As the community grapples with its collective grief, a path forward begins to emerge. Small acts of kindness start to weave a tapestry of solidarity and hope. Neighbors help neighbors, and strangers become friends. It's in these moments that the strength of the community truly shines. Trauma leaves an indelible mark, often unseen but deeply felt. It's in the eyes of a child, the quiet moments of reflection, and the shared stories that bring tears. Each person carries their own weight, yet they find solace in knowing they are not alone in their pain. Healing is not a straight path. It's a journey with many twists and turns. It requires patience, understanding, and most importantly, time. Through support groups, therapy, and the unwavering love of family and friends, individuals begin to reclaim their lives, one step at a time. From the shared pain, a new hope arises. It's the hope that comes from knowing that even in the darkest times, there is a light. This hope is nurtured by the bonds formed through adversity, the resilience of the human spirit, and the unwavering belief that tomorrow can be better than today. Please support the families affected by the Soshanguve Patrol murders. Visit our website for more information. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe for more healing insights and true crime stories.